मेरे फादर तो वो भी वही चाहते थे कि मेरे घर
My father, he did not want his daughter to go out, for people to see her outside. There was also the question of caste, because there is a lot of difference between upper caste and lower caste families. And while I was from an upper caste family, the man I wanted to marry was from a different caste. He lived in the village, and his background, his way of living, was very different from mine. However, my only wish was that I could live there and would be able to serve the community the way I wished to, because my husband would give me equal rights, and I would be able to move forward with him at the same pace, side by side. But when we went to different places to serve, many people made fun of us. For example, when we used to come back late at night, my husband would help me wash clothes together or sweep the house while I was doing other work. The people of the village used to laugh at us, would talk behind our backs about our actions. But slowly over the years, I saw some things change. One day, I was sitting outside my house, and I noticed one of my neighbors pick up a broom and start sweeping his house. I started to laugh. He asked me, "Why are you laughing? Your husband also sweeps the house." I thought, maybe a transformation is taking place, and I'm happy you're doing this.
We could see now for parents, they really believe that in terms of, for example, preparing food, they really believe that it is the women who can only do that. If they are going together in the field, the husband will only carry an axe around. But to find that the woman is carrying heavy buckets on her head with cassava, including vegetables, the husband will not help. You cannot come near to a woman who is preparing food. It was not allowed at first. So even these boys and girls who have been growing, they could see that difference. The husband would just come and shout at the woman to say, "Why are you not cleaning the house? Why are you not preparing food at this time?" But him is just sitting like this, waiting for a woman. A woman will come from very far from the farm. She's very tired. She puts there and then start touch other things. She does this and this. And then she gives first food to the men. Her, she'll eat at last. But now men, they have come to see that this barrier that we created to see that this is for women, this is for men, it is really pulling us down. We cannot grow.
We recently became parents. Our daughter is almost a year and a half, so that really brought in a whole new element of what housework looks like if you're striving for gender equality, what income looks like if you're striving for gender equality, what childcare looks like. For us, gender equality doesn't mean sameness, so it doesn't mean that we necessarily do the same tasks the same amount, but somewhere in there, there's a balance.
I think the biggest barrier remains to be expectation of what is equality mean, and how do we as a couple and how do we as a family really address that expectation, and when it's correct, apply it correctly, and when it leaves much to be desired, how can we alter that in how we live our lives? But I think it's one of the things we've discussed a lot, where Kimmy is very driven in her career, and as am I. So we say, well, how can we both succeed out there in the world as well as at home with equal voices in our marriage? Our daughter has so much joy, I think even more than the average baby. Maybe I'm biased, but she just screams with delight all of the time. And you see how women in this world are barraged with so many things and so many challenges. And so I know these challenges will come her way. For her to keep that bit of joy for herself is going to require, I think, resilience to all these challenges that come, and just having the tools to take the world for what it is and make it a better place, but retain that part of herself that is so valuable to me and so valuable to many others, I think.
One of the things that I think we both think about a lot in raising Rumi, our son, is cultivating his gentleness and giving him the space to be who he is. It has this boldness and he has this courage and he has this energy. And he has all these things that I know people are gonna like love and encourage about him because he's a boy, but he's full of gentleness and thoughtfulness and compassion. He's so observant. He sits in silence beautifully. He is like creative and collaborative. He loves beautiful things. And those are like these attributes that are just as beautiful about him. And I don't want any one thing to mean that he can't be the other thing.
As a Baha'i, understanding the unity of the world is something that we really hold dear. And raising Rumi is one of the things that I think I do as a member of the human race. Starting a family really feels like we're beginning to participate in a dialogue that exists across the entire world. It's not something that exists in America or something that exists in Asia. It's something that we all do together.
When I got married in 2008, those days, newlywed brides were not allowed to go out of the house. I used to run a school, so 2 or 3 days after the wedding, we went to my school so that she could start teaching children. But all of the villagers went against me for doing this, saying she is a newlywed bride and that I cannot take her out like this. They told me all sorts of things, but I ignored them. Every parent wishes that their children take the right path in life. Even I hope that my 3 daughters take the right path in life and contribute to the construction of a better society. This is my wish. When we focus on their moral and spiritual education right from a young age, they stand out and contribute in transforming this society, this world in a better way.
और वो समाज में दुनिया को बदलने में अपना बेहतरीन योगदान दे पाते हैं।
Men have to be able to contribute, and to say that it's women's issue kind of infers that men can't contribute to their betterment. But as men are often referred to, I think they must be referred to as potential contributors. And we certainly know the problems that have been caused by patriarchy. But there are men willing and ready right now to contribute in a meaningful and appropriate way to the advancement of women.